What is up, everybody? Pro Strongman Bobby Thompson here, coming to you with episode 3 of So You Want to Be a Pro. Now, obviously, we're not in the gym today. I'm going to call it something cool, like I'm in my war room, but I'm actually just kind of in my dining room, my small apartment. So that's kind of a thing right now. However, couple few days behind on getting this video out. Just traveling a lot lately. I'm slowing down again, getting really focused on my rogue prep, which is going fantastic. However, let's pick up where we left off from our last video. Episode 2, which was last week, we talked about contracts. You picked up some steam. You've won that contest. That's either your entry. For me, it was the Arnold Amateur. That was what kind of pushed me into the limelight. Maybe it was Giants Live qualifier for you. Whatever it may have been, you've done it. You're on your way. You either have a pro card or you're at the level you're competing with guys that do. Either one. Boom, you're there. So, let's talk about being the worst pro on the circuit. Because if you just got your pro card, congratulations. Statistically, you have the worst pro record of any pro strongman currently active at that point in time, or that most likely has been active. So, let that sink in. Now, strongman is very much a sport of earn your stripes. It is a sport of tradition. There have been guys that have come before us that have just done things a certain kind of way for so long, and that's just the way things are done still to this day. And these are not necessarily bad things, but understand that just because you have a pro card or competing at the same contest as the seasoned veterans doesn't always mean you're one of them. Okay? You have to understand that. So, the mistakes new pros make with their social media. One, once you've gone pro, you picked up some steam, you don't have a personal social media. You really don't. Or if you do, you need to be aware that it's going to have consequences, and depending on who your sponsors are, that could hit your wallet pretty hard. So remember that when you're liking, commenting, posting, understanding it's a business. That Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, whatever it is for you, all of them hopefully are going to link all of your methods of income, let it be coaching, sponsorships, competing, business, whatever it may be, links them all together. And when you want people to give you money for using their stuff, your social media better be pretty squared away. Now, let's talk about some of the social, I guess, mistakes you can make amongst the other pros. Now, example, when I was at the OSG in 2018, I ended up taking third that year getting a Giants Live qualifier. Well, Eddie Hall had come across the pond and was actually a commentator. Then he did some judging at that show as well. Well, I got the mic after an event win, and I called out Eddie Hall on a live stream in front of people. I had no business calling out Eddie Hall about deadlifting just after he had deadlifted the 500 kilos a year prior, I believe. It was a mistake. I had no business doing this. I wasn't a pro just yet, but I was on my way and I was picking up some steam. So, big mistakes, shouldn't have done that. That's an example of something you don't do. The next thing you don't do as a new pro on the circuit, and I'm going to give this advice to not really the weight class athletes. One, because I'm not one of you guys, and y'all's social circle works a little bit different. But with the ladies, I believe, especially over in the UK, this will resonate as well. If you're new on the scene, you don't just start tagging everybody in all your personal posts like you've been best friends. You don't do that. Those bonds take time to forge. Now, granted, social media is about getting to know people and meeting people. Sometimes deciding if you want to meet this person in person based on their social media. I understand that. So if you see something cool every now and then, or if you do something really impressive, yeah, tag the person if you think they're going to enjoy it. But don't spam tag them as the new pro on the circuit thinking you're in the mix, because you're not just yet. Okay? You're going to be, but you're not there just yet. The next thing, smack talk. You are most likely going to be put in situations where you are going to smack talk with other athletes. Myself, Evan, Trey, Gabriel Pena, Evan Singleton, Maxime, we all do it. We all talk shit. And we talk shit with some of the other guys. Avar Smock-Stellis and I are constantly talking shit back and forth when we see each other in person. But understand, that smack talk is a bond that is shared between people who know each other or dislike each other. It's one of the two. Usually in football or something, or when I wrestled, if I'm talking smack, it's I'm trying to get under your skin. I don't like you. For friends, I'm talking smack. It's because, hey, we're having fun, and I like you, and this is how I show affection. All right, it's really common in strongman. Most of you watching this probably are tired of me telling you how to talk smack. But it's when you don't talk smack that is most important. And as a new guy on the scene who has never met any of these guys in person, or maybe has only spoken to them once, you don't talk smack on social media. You don't post it in a story and you tag them hoping to get some clout because you think you're good at something or you think you're better at something than they are. You don't do it because all that does is make you look like a never was that just wants to be a has been. And it's happened to me, and I've seen guys do it. I've seen guys that have been biting at my ankles, posting and tagging me in stories. I'm not going to name names because that would defeat the purpose because I ignore it for a reason. It's because if we're not friends talking smack in person, I most likely am not going to like you talking smack to me on social media. So I'm just not going to engage because it makes you look like a never was, not a has been. You're just somebody who wishes they could have been and is angry that they couldn't make it happen. That's the way that looks. And there are plenty of those people out there. If they're happy living their life that way, live your life that way. But in terms of being a respected pro in this sport, it looks pretty bad. Now, again, friends talk smack, but get to know somebody before you start trying to talk smack to them. And also understand that that pro card that you now have, or the fact that you're going to go to a contest where these guys are going to be, it doesn't mean you have a seat at the table. You're still scrapping for it. So you don't talk smack from the kids' table at Thanksgiving to the adults. You wait till you get to the adult table, then you talk smack with the adults. That is the hierarchy, and that is the chain, and quite frankly, it's the way that a sport should be respectfully conducted. So, next topic, moving on. When you're talking about how you placed at a contest, not once did I brag about outscoring Jeff Caron at the Arnold Classic because JF got injured. If JF had not gotten injured, I would have shaken that scoreboard up. Maybe I still think I could have dogged it out for a podium spot. Could have gotten real close. Maybe you just don't know. You can play what ifs all the time. But the fact is that JF Caron got outscored because he got hurt. That means if you're at a contest and two of the key players or one of the key players all of a sudden is off the map because they get injured and you bump up a spot or two and make it to the podium or just outside the podium, you don't talk smack about beating athletes who got injured. You just don't do it. And again, it's something I see far too common. You don't do it. You don't even address it. You leave it be. So, I think we oftentimes forget while strongman is a sport structured on respect. And hopefully this kind of bridges the gap between the society we're in now with social media and the introduction of a traditional sport, kind of like strongman, which is still pretty young, but there are traditions there. So hopefully we can continue to bridge the gap, continue to define what a respectable professional strongman should be doing on social media. At the end of the day, it's your decision. Be happy when you do it. Just know it's probably going to have some consequences. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Please give some love to Cerberus USA and Massonomics, my only two sponsors outside of my chiropractor, Dr. Jericho Matthews, who hopefully at some point in time is going to be making an appearance on here. I don't know. He's a little camera shy. But appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of a pro for the last 8 minutes.